Hey, this is Savio Vega, and you listening right now, live and in color, with Wolfie D, a mi manera, o pa la calle.
Hey, this is Jimmy Street, host of the Live and in Color with Wolfie D podcast. Hear the life and times of professional wrestler Wolfie D, from his time in the territories with PG-13 to his time in WWE, ECW, WCW, TNA, and more. Nothing is off limits, and nothing will be held back. Thanks again for tuning in. Here he is, Wolfie D.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one more time to the Live and in Color with Wolfie D podcast. Today we have a very special guest, a former Nation of Domination compatriot, Savio Vega. Mr. Vega, welcome to the show.
By any means necessary. Ooh.
Necessary.
How you doing? Good. I'm happy, man. Happy when I received the call from a friend and says, hey, Wolfie D want to interview you. My text was, tell Wolfie D I'd do anything for him. Tell him I'd do anything for him. I'm here.
That's awesome.
How you doing? You guys okay?
Thank you, Savio. Thank you for coming on, man.
Yes.
The one thing I want to say, man, is just like when the whole Nation of Domination thing started. I mean, it was me, you, Ron, Crush.
Well,
it was just a little thing. What did you think when you saw these two little white boys rapping and waving their fists in the air? What did you think? I love, to be honest, the Nation of Domination when I did that character there. They got Savio Vega, and Vince says he want to have fun, and let's see what happened with Savio Vega. Let's turn him into the Nation. Yeah.
Probably they have that idea. So when I turned to the Nation, it was Ron, Kevin, sorry. Jesus Christ. Crush. God bless his soul, man. What a guy. What a guy.
Absolutely.
Man.
Absolutely.
Jesus Christ. From Kona, Hawaii. But Crush, and then he got the lawyer, D-Lo.
Nathan.
Man.
And I just I had D-Lo on last week, and that's what made me think of you, because I had D-Lo on talking to me last week. And it was just all of us there right at the first, man. That first little group, before, they put the rocket and all that stuff. But we were the originals, and I feel like it really, the first thing was cool.
And you see the tapes now, and when that crew come down, you see some respect. You see some shoot in the ring. You come, everybody's serious, no ha-has. Everybody's like right there. That looked like real gangster,
Yeah.
Here we are with the Nation of Domination and beating everybody left and right. We try. Ahmed Johnson. I remember Ahmed Johnson. He wanna come into the crew, and we have a meeting with Vince, and it was Ron, Ahmed, and me. And Vince says, no. If you put Ahmed there, it's gonna be too strong. And I said to myself later, I didn't even think there,
Yeah.
I said, well, if you got the Nation strong, that's gonna make you babyface even stronger, because now the babyface have to fight heavy, to knock this wall, And but I mean, he know what he was doing. Of course, later on he started moving the guys on the side. Crush was with Disciple of the Apocalypse. I go with the Boricuas. You add more people into the show, but man, you guys coming singing. The only two white guys in the crew was you guys.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's the funniest thing is in today's world, you couldn't do that again. You got two white guys rapping and slinging the Black Power sign. They couldn't do that. I mean, that would get so much political heat. It wouldn't happen.
It's something that I grew up here in Puerto Rico, living with all kind of colors.
Right.
We here. and the words that they say, oh, don't say that word. It's a damn word. I mean, what the heck? I mean, why everybody's so glassy? It's like they're so tiny glass. If you sneeze, oh my God, they break in pieces. It's like, what the hell? I mean, what the hell is this shit? You know? Because that's the word. But that's political gaga. Let's talk about wrestling, because I got into that and I got mad, to be honest. Man, when we did the nation, we beat almost everybody. We beat Taker, Byrd. I mean, you name it. We beat the hell out of everybody, and the nation was strong, and I love it. To be honest,
it was WrestleMania 13 where you guys worked the Road Warrior. It was the Road Warriors and Ed versus you. And you and Crush and Farouk, and man, how awesome was that, man? I remember that. That was like, what, there was 20,000 people there or something. That was just really awesome.
Yeah, full house, and wow, we have fun every time we walk outside. And TV, you see that crew coming down. Oh my God, something's gonna happen here. And Ron, you see Ron like he was like what's it called? Oh my God, the big boss, but he was I forget the name. Damn it. I mean, he's serious all the time. He's yelling. He's mad all the time.
Absolutely.
He want to beat.
Absolutely. I'll tell you a funny story, man. You weren't there that night. Me and Jamie were in a bar with Ron. And this guy comes up to Ron. He starts talking all kinds of shit. And this was, you remember right about that time when Ron, I can't remember what happened, but remember he had his arm in a sling, like he broke his shoulder or something.
Yeah, something like that.
So anyway, we're in this bar at the hotel downstairs, and Ron's got his arm in a sling, and it's his right arm, and he's right-handed. Yeah. So this guy comes up and starts talking shit to Ron, and he starts talking shit to me and Jamie. And I'm not kidding you, Savio, man. I saw this guy grab this dude by the throat with his left hand, which is not his dominant hand, and threw this guy all over the bar. I mean, like a rag doll. He grabbed him by the throat and threw him and like shoved him over the table. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen, man. And he was he's a star football player, Florida State. I mean, he was a badass, man. Ron was awesome, and I love him. Yeah,
Ron. Every time I see him, man, and I go to him, and I just try to sneak him, and hugging him. He's a great guy. I met him right there in WWF when we there. I never went to WCW, never. And closer that I was there was with Louisiana when I started. 86, I believe. Well, I was in Louisiana for what?
Who broke you in the business, Savio? Who broke you in the business?
I did myself. At my age, I say this story many times. When in my house was a little Hitachi black and white TV. Yeah. We moved room to room, to watch TV. And this Sunday, I believe it was 70-something, 70s in the 70s. Mm-hmm. I put that TV 5 o'clock on Sunday, and I started swinging, the channels. And channel 7, right there 5 o'clock. I didn't even know what time it was. I just I want to see TV. And at 5 o'clock, start Titan. They call it Titan of the Ring, Titanes del Ring. That's from Argentina. And they're wrestling, brother. Their wrestling was characters. I mean, you got actually characters. You got the mummy, a guy dressed like a mummy, the STP racing car, Formula One. The guy come with the car. You got the Bible characters. You name it. Now, as a kid, I put that TV there and I started watching that. I'm like, what the hell? And I was something, my brother. Yeah. My eyes went to my brain and stayed there forever. And I was watching that show every Sunday at 5 o'clock. Anywhere that I was, I have to be there in my house at 5 o'clock to watch that show. Then talk to my friends in school. Yeah, this is 70, telling you, this is 70, 74, 75.
Okay.
Around that, I was having 10, 11 years old. And I remember I talked to the guys in the school. I say, do you see that show, Titanes en el Ring, Sundays? I say, but Channel 4 have another wrestling. I said, what? So now I turn to the local wrestling. The Titan of the Ring finished. From that moment on, brother, I just watched that West Capital Sport Promotion, WWC, Carlos' company.
Right.
I was a kid.
Carlos' promotion, right?
Yes. Then I went to the Taekwondo classes nearby my house. Yeah. A friend of mine left the dojo for 1 year. And this Friday, I remember it was a Friday, I'm sitting there with him talking, and I asked him as a junior, why you left? What are you doing? He said, I wasn't wrestling. My brother, when he said that, I remember. I grabbed him by the kimono and I said, you have to take me there. I want to go there. Please, take me there. He take me. And he said, yeah, let me go. Yes, I'll take you. So now this gym is in Dorado, which is the next town from me. Hey, remember, I'm by that time that when I met him there, I was like 12, 13 years old, something like that. And I don't have a car. I just have a bicycle. So I start paying guys. I talked to my grandma. I said, Ma, give me $2 for gasoline. This guy gonna take me to Dorado. So they took me to Dorado and left me there. I didn't even think how to come back.
Oh my God.
I just want to go there. Now I'm in the ring and I see Chiqui Star. I see El Profe, as Angelo Rivera, and see all the people there. Yeah. Now I say I want to learn how to wrestle, and I say Chiqui because I saw Chiqui and Profe wrestle before in my hometown and around the area, and that's the only guys that I recognize. My first bump, I'm in the middle of the ropes, and here comes Chiqui hitting the ropes and hit me with his elbow right in my chest. Boom! Oh my God, what a pain! I have that pain in my chest for a long, long time. And it's like the first lesson, never stand up in the middle of the ropes. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm pain. Finally, I got okay. They teach me how to take the bumps, blah, 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 blah. One day, one of the guys says, well, I need to talk to you about this business. I say, what? He said, well, we do this and we do. I said, don't worry. I don't care what you guys do. I want to do this. And everywhere that they have a car, I'm there. Yeah. Everywhere. I never miss a car. They say this. And Isaac Rosario, I don't know if you remember when you guys here in Puerto Rico, maybe not. He was one of the local old-timers. He was.
What's the name?
Isaac Rosario.
Okay.
Isaac Rosario.
No,
he was he was one of the old-timers.
Okay.
So he just passed away a few months ago, man. Man, what a guy. So he saw me wrestle in his hometown when they gonna give him a plaque to him. So they have wrestling because he's a wrestler. So they talk to the company. They put the ring there. I know him because I was working as a security guard with Capital Sport Promotion, and he know me from there. So when he saw me there, he asked me, "Do you wrestle?" I said, "Well, I try." He said, "Okay, I want to watch you." He said. I said, "Okay, no problem." I wrestle, I finish, I come back in to the dressing room, and here he come. He opened that curtain and say, "Hey, you wrestle better than everybody here. I'm gonna talk to Carlos to give you an opportunity." I'm like, what the heck? I'm excited. All the guys there, hey, remember me, just in case you call me. I said, what the hell? They didn't even say yes, and you want me to take you there? So week after, Carlos saw me at the building, said to Invader, take it to TV. So they put me on TV. And then from that day, they asked me, can you make it next week? I said, yes. And also, right there, what about next week and next week and next week? Can you go to this town? Can you go to that town? So I started making a little money, and go to I was doing what I love to do, wrestling. Then from there, they see the kid wanna do something, and they send me to, listen to this. They say Luke Williams, the Bushwhacker Luke. He was the booker here. Yeah. So Luke,
the big booker.
Oh man,
big booker in Puerto Rico for the Americans.
Love Luke, that guy.
Dutch Mantel, and Gilbert. So those are names I know.
Exactly. So here come Luke and say, hey, we're going to send you to Louisiana. I said, Louisiana. And I hear a little bit about Louisiana. I said, good, I'm going to wrestle Louisiana. So I talked to my parents. I said, hey, listen, they're going to send me to Louisiana to wrestle over there and, and wrestle. And my dad said, no, you're not going to Louisiana. I look at him, I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? He say, no, that's too much racist. He said to me, and you're not going over there, you don't speak English, you're not going over there. I said to my mom, I'm going. Now, a week after, Luke says, hey, Louisiana is canceled. Tennessee is canceled. You're going to Louisiana. So I say, okay. So I went to my dad. I say, okay, no, not Tennessee. It's going to be Louisiana. He say, even worse. No, you're not going over there. Oh, my God. I'm like, this is 86, around 86, something like that. And I said to Mama, I'm going. Finally, I took my plane when I landed in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, lost my bag. Now I'm no English, dumb ass, and I'm like, okay, I hear these people talking in Spanish, and I went close to them and talked to them in Spanish. What happened with the bags? He said, the lady says, they coming at 6 o'clock. They behind. I said, okay. So I stay there, wait for my bag. I grab my bag. Nobody's picking me up. I land about 3 o'clock. My bag arrived at 6 o'clock. Nobody come to pick me up yet. I'm waiting there. I call my mom. I say, Mom, nobody come and pick me up. I'm going home. She said, no, stay there. And I said, okay. I call Luke. But when I call Luke, I look at the time, was 1 hour difference. I said, well, they're in Ponce. So which is 2 hours away. Yeah. I have to wait till he come back at about 1 o'clock in the morning. So I call him at 1 o'clock in the morning. I say, nobody's picked me up yet. And then I arrive at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah. So he said, yeah. He said, yes. Grizzly Smith is going to pick you up, but they are in some Fayetteville or somewhere, Alexandria, I believe so. So they're far away, but he come to pick me up. He picked me up about 3:30 in the morning, 12 hours later, when I arrived. And the point here is the airport is so small. At 12 o'clock, they close the airport because no more flights, and they close and turn the light off. I was in the dark, big time. Outside, the only guy there was me. Was another guy that picked me up, so somebody pick him up. So I stayed by myself. I said, okay, now I have to bring my Taekwondo experience out just in case I have to fight somebody. But nobody there. The only guy there was me. The only guy there is me. So I'm like, okay, just waiting. 3:30 in the morning, white Impala, red roof, is Grizzly Smith. And he arrived and said, Juan. Yeah, he said, Juan. I said, yes, let's go. So I put my bag in the trunk and let's go. Now he's talking to me in English, which I understand shit. I don't understand what the fuck he's saying. Yeah, I'm like, okay, yeah. Well, he took me to this place. I stayed one night. Next day, Skandor Akbar arrived. He said, we leave at 5 o'clock, blah, blah, blah. All right. So from there, I stayed there 4 months in Louisiana.
That's awesome.
Leave there, yeah. Then from there, I went to Puerto Rico, stayed here for almost 6 months, then went back to Mexico. Then from Mexico, come back to Puerto Rico. That's when we did the TNT character.
Getting engaged is a moment worth cherishing. A one-of-a-kind ring that you design at Blue Nile can help your love sparkle. Just choose your diamond and setting. When you've found the one, you'll get it delivered right to your door. Finding the right engagement ring can be nerve-wracking. At Blue Nile, you'll have the expert guidance needed and a diamond guarantee that ensures you're getting the highest quality at the best price. Cherish all of life's moments and save up to 30% at BlueNile.com. That's BlueNile.com.
Hey folks, to get your official Live It in Color with Wolfie D merchandise, go to ProWrestlingTees.com/Live Wolfie D. Check it out.
If you're listening to Live and in Color with Wolfie D on Apple Podcast and like what you're hearing, go ahead and leave a 5-star rating. And while you're at it, write a review. Tell us what you liked. Tell us what you'd like to hear in the future. It's very important to us and always appreciated. Thanks again.
The whole Mexico thing, that's funny. Me and Jamie, actually, we went to Mexico in 1994. And the reason I say that is because that was before, in 1990, 5 or 6 is when the cruiserweights and the lightweights and the luchador thing came to the United States. Me and Jamie went to Mexico in 94. And and you know this probably when I say this, is we went down there, and my first match, I took a big American hip toss in those fucking rings, and it was like, what the fuck? I understand why these guys roll now, because
they roll.
It hurt.
They roll. When you throw them, they roll, and you see your soul going up and come down.
Yeah. I took an American hip toss for my first bump, and I came up from it, and I went over to Jamie and I said, "What the fuck, man?" I said, "These rings are like fucking concrete, dude."
Exactly. Heavy. That's why now you understand when they sometimes they took a bump, but sometimes they just roll.
Yeah, but hey, I can tell you this, Savio, man. You could probably relate to this too, man. Me and Jamie, when we were there, we stayed in a hotel in Mexico City. I can't remember the name of it, but there was a like a plaza outside of it. And I swear to God, we would watch kids go out there and do wrestling moves on concrete. Yes. It was like, what is going on here, man? This is crazy, man. It was something
Wrestling is big in Mexico, man.
It was, especially then when we got off the plane and we were nobody. We were nothing, and there were people taking pictures, and then we had a little article in the magazine and all this, and I was like, what the fuck? We ain't shit. That's crazy, man.
That's Mexico.
So let me ask you this, man. So then, all right. So then, after Nation of Domination and whatnot, and you get your run in WWE, WWF, you started you were the guy. You had a secondary promotion in Puerto Rico, right?
Yes. How
did that come along? I mean, you wanted to go against Carlos, or what?
Well, the point here, the late Victor Quiñones, Victor was my partner. He had that company registered here in Puerto Rico, and he have it from 1993. He have it registered, but don't use the company for nothing. He used the company one time for some taping that he did for different countries, different languages, and that's it. So when we come back in WWF, by that time, we start talking. Every time we fly, we're talking about the business, how if we do a company, what we do, what we don't do, blah, blah, blah. So finally, the day of layoff come, which was 1999, I already hurt my neck. I was out of the cart. They took me out. So the only thing that I was doing, I was aging for Super Astros. Super Astros was a half-an-hour show. We made it right there in WWF for Univision television. Half an hour. We did 13 one season, 13 shows. Yeah. When we did that, I mean, the show was good and was ready to go for 1 hour, but the business they did wasn't good, so Univision say no. And they say, hey, I got a bunch of Spanish here doing nothing. We're not going to pay everybody for do nothing. So he started cutting necks left and right. So one of them was me and the rest of the Mexicans. He just keep few Mexicans there for a few months, 1 year, whatever, and then let it go. Now, when that happened, we already been talking about the company in Puerto Rico, and we established the company. We opened the company. Victor put some money, Miguel put some money, and I put some money. in the company, and we started running the company.
Right.
In the beginning, we spent few dollars because we learning, and that process costs you few bucks. So once we grab and learn right away, man, the rest was just making money and money and money. We have. I mean, the house is full, left and right.
Were you running? Obviously, I remember when I was there. Puerto Rico's not a huge, island or whatever.
No.
You're running the same towns. Were you running the same buildings?
No. We, it's enough fans, for run, and so they running over there. We running over here, and the people go with the story. If the story is good and you hook the people with a good story, so hey, they're going to support you. So that happened to us. We have different stories happening, different vignettes happening. Little story here, little story there. We got Luke as a booker. We have Dutch as a booker. You know, and these motherfuckers they know.
Butch and Dutch, they jumped.
Luke.
They went to you guys and left the other one.
Yeah, Luke was in Florida living, so we bring Luke later on. But Dutch was with Carlos by that time, and I saw one time he was in the our office was in the same road in Isla Verde by the hotel. Here I come. Here I come, and I stop in a bus stop. He was sitting down in a bus stop, all sweat, and I stopped there, put the window down, and say, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Hey," he didn't even ask. He just opened the car door and sit down inside. He said, "Let's go." Of course.
All right, we gotta just because that brings me to this. You've told me that you know the story or whatever where I icy hotted the guy, man. What is your part of that story? What happened, man? I'll tell you my side, but you tell me what you heard there.
Yeah, let me finish this part here. I'm in Japan. I was in Japan. Okay. I was in Japan. When I arrived, I know all the guys that was there, and I asked for you guys. I said, "Oh, you don't know?" I said, "I know what." You know what happened? I said, "No, these son of a bitches. They put something happened in the ring with Armandito Salgado, and he got mad. So they have a match with him, and one of them have been gay in his fingers. And when they look up, he just grabbed him by the neck and put the big gay in his eyes, and with the cup, they beat the fuck out of him. They fuck him up. They jumped in the car and left." I said, "What?" I started laughing my ass. I said, "What the fuck?" What a motherfucker.
Let me ask you this. Do you know that guy? Do you even know him?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I don't want to
All right. Well, let me tell you on my side. From what happened, because I really don't think me and you ever really talked about this.
No, we never talk about that.
No. Okay. So when I come down to Puerto Rico, I'm like 18 or 19, and this is like 94. Brody. What year was that where Brody got killed? Like 89,
88.
Yeah. Okay. So young guys going down there, we're hearing that. Okay, American guys don't get in trouble, don't do this, don't do that. So anyway, Dutch books me and Jamie against that Armadito Santiago and another little Japanese guy. And Dutch says to us, and this is, back in the day when there was one dressing room for the heels and one dressing room for the baby faces. And he says, "Go out there." He said, "I need you guys to get over. Don't give them shit." So at 18, 19 years old, I kind of didn't know what that meant. Today, I really know what that means. But so I go out there, and this dude, he's Armadito. What was he about? 6'2", probably. 230, maybe. Like that. He was way bigger than I was at that point.
I'm proud Puerto Rican.
Yes, very, very, very. So I go out there, and man, I don't give him a lot of shit. I really don't. But I gave him a little more than Dutch wanted me to. So I come back from the ring. We beat him. Blah blah blah. I come back from the ring, and Dutch goes, "God damn it! I told you not to give him shit." Blah 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 blah. So then for the whole next week, I get ribbed by everybody. Oh, Armadillo shot on you. Oh, he did this. He did that.
Fuck.
So yeah. I'm staying. You remember? I know you do. The hotel that they used to put all the Americans at, like
Dahlia,
right?
Dahlia.
Yeah. The Dahlia. Hell yeah, the Dahlia. Right down the street, and there was a bar, the Blue Dolphin, that hung over the ocean right there.
Yeah, yeah.
So I know that I'm right guy again. They keep telling me, "Oh, he's gonna beat you up. He's gonna beat you up." And I'm thinking, man, I ain't getting beat up. I'm 19 years old. I'm not getting beat up. So I'm thinking, what am I gonna do? So I come up with this idea. I'm gonna put icy hot in his fucking eyes, and I'm gonna fucking punch. And so the thing is that we went to the ring. He grabbed my arm. I put the icy hot in his eyes, and then I just started knucking him. And he rolled. Yeah, I really did. And then he rolled out of the ring. Well, here's the part that you may not know, and the thing is, he rolled out of the ring. He was all bloodied and beat up. He went back to the dressing room, and he pulled out a gun. Well, me and Jamie didn't know that because it was two separate dressing rooms, right? All of a sudden, we look around, and there, no shit, Savio, there was about, I don't know, probably 10 cops that showed up with, like, riot squad gear on, with, like, shields and all this shit. And we're thinking, holy fuck, man, they're fixing to fuck us up, you know? But the thing was, he pulled out the gun, and they were actually there to protect us, and they took us to our hotel room the next morning, and I'll never forget this. And what made me start on that was that I walked out from the what'd you call the hotel? What's the hotel?
Dahlia.
Yeah, Dahlia. I walked out from the Dahlia on that little side street right there, and I got on the phone, and I called Dutch, and I said, "Hey, Dutch, man, what should I do?" And he said, "Wolfie, I ain't got your back, man." He said, "You put icy hot in his eyes." I said, "All right, man, I'll see you." Boom, and I took a taxi to the airport, and I flew home. And you know, I'm sure you can attest to this. Everybody else has that guy came to the hotel room after I was gone, and they were gonna, I don't know, him and his dad were gonna do something to me.
The dad, yeah, he come with the dad. He was with his dad all the time.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's crazy, because what if I'd have been
how close
they had done to me?
Yeah, how close was it, Savio? How close was Wolfie to really getting bad hurt?
Well, like I said to you, I was in Japan by that time.
Right.
But when I arrived, the only thing the story that I hear was that he put Bengay on his eyes and beat the hell out of him, and after that they left. You know, so when I arrived, they already gone. You know,
yeah, right.
And I was like, no, you kidding me? You know, he fucking put icy hot and beat the hell out of him. I mean, fuck him up. I said, holy shit. I said, why? And I hear because Armandito don't want to sell or something like that. You know, I said, well, I don't know. But, man, I remember that story.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Everybody, it's funny, all the American guys that come back from Puerto Rico tell that story. They're like, Wolfie, you're ridiculous. And then what's funny is that Luke especially would call me every, I don't know, like once a year. Hey, man, come on back, man. It's okay. I'm like, fuck you. I ain't coming back.
You're going to get me there, motherfucker.
Hell no.
Wow.
I don't even want to come on vacation.
Armandito's living in Florida somewhere, in Orlando, I don't know, Tampa.
Oh,
he's getting closer.
I lived there a year ago. He was way closer to me than he was in Puerto Rico. That's funny,
He's coming up on you, Wolfie. He's getting closer.
Let's take a quick time out and get a word from one of my dope-ass sponsors, and we'll be right back with more Live and in Color with Wolfie D.
Hey, it's Kaylee Cuoco for Priceline. Ready to go to your happy place for a happy price? Well, why didn't you say so? Just download the Priceline app right now and save up to 60% on hotels. So whether it's Cousin Kevin's Kazoo Concert in Kansas City, go Kevin, or Becky's Bachelorette Bash in Bermuda, you never have to miss a trip ever again. So download the Priceline app today. Your savings are waiting.
Go to your happy place for a happy price. Go to your happy price, Priceline.
Support for Live and in Color with Wolfie D is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped recently launched the Ultimate Men's Hygiene Bundle, the Performance Package. Join over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code WOLFIE at manscaped.com. If my math's correct, that's about 8 million balls.
Hey folks, this is Wolfie D here, and if you are looking to buy or sell a home in Tennessee or Southern Kentucky, you're going to want to call my buddy, the rock star realtor, Benji Bowie. And you say, Wolfie, how do I get in touch with this rock star? Well, you can call him directly at 615-390-8216. You can go to his website, bowiehomes.com. That's B-U-I-E homes.com. Or you can email him at benbowie34@gmail.com. When you need a home, you need the Rockstar Realtor.
Benji is a member of Exit Realty's Garden Gate team in Gallatin, Tennessee.
Savio, what do you got going on right now, man? Are you still working? I mean, what are you doing?
Yes, man. I'm to be honest, I'm fixing how I get out of the ring. Knees bother, shoulders, you name it, man. Everything hurt. Goes to close to 40 years in the business. Yeah. And I have the same company that we opened with Victor Quinones and Miguel. We closed it. Miguel tried to run a little bit. Then he closed. So I the name and everything was free. So I picked up the name, and everything is under my name right now. I opened in 2019.
Okay.
We keep it closed for 1 year because of the pandemic. Now we open again. This disco right there in San Juan area is a great place to run TV. They have TV screens there. They have everything nice. So I put my ring there and tape it. I already did 2 pay-per-views.
Really?
Yes, and now we come in October 16, the first match outside of that bubble. Let's call it a bubble right there. So we're going to a big building with a big show that's coming up, and we have a channel on YouTube, IWA Puerto Rico. And the people could go there, and all the websites, all the media, IWA Puerto Rico. Okay. Go there and subscribe. And doing good, man. The channel already have 16,200 people or something like that are watching us every week. And the people are fighting. They want us on local television, you know. Like before we have our show, we have 4 hours of television. Saturdays, 2 hours. Sunday, 2 hours. Sometimes the special shows, we have almost 6 hours on that television show during the Christmas and stuff. Channel 2, Telemundo. Now the NBC bought the TV. I mean, everybody out. Everybody have to pay big money to be on that television. So I mean, we close for the good. Yes, go ahead.
Let me ask you this, man. Just because on my last podcast, I was talking to a guy that was like kind of a deathmatch guy or whatever. Madman Pondo, you probably heard his name. Let me ask you, in Puerto Rico right now, what draws money? What style draws money right now? Is it still the same old recipe that, I mean, me as an old school guy, I want to hear you say yes, but you tell me, what's drawing money right now in Puerto Rico?
A good story. A good story. No matter what you do, a good story. If that story have some good vignettes behind, good talk, good, blah, 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 here, there. And if the guy know how to work inside the ring and know how to put the fence in their pocket, hey, that's it. I have a few guys, special one. We call him Pupe. Pupe is a dark, bald head guy. He have his partner, but his partner have an accident, and we put him out for a little bit. This guy come as a little drunk guy. He's the one that like to party and drink the beer and drink this, and we put Spanish music for him. So when he come out, he's the party man. And everybody know that. So he come to make everybody happy. And the music he have in Spanish is bachata. It's music from Dominican Republic. And the first thing the music say is, today we drink. Hoy se bebe. Today we drink. So when he come out, he's already come with a beer in his hand, a real beer. So when he goes straight to the fence, not to the ring. So he put the people to dance. I mean, he make a little party before go to the ring. And of course, the heel come to attack him, make him suffer a little bit, but he always come on top because he's the top babyface right now to say that. And we have another guy. He's going in the same way, but he's more wrestling. It's different styles, of course, and. Depends on the story. Hey, that's the heat. That's the hot guy right there.
Yeah, you got to build it up. I think, and that's what I was saying the other day, is that, some people like one thing. You have a niche for everything. You got some people that like these crazy matches, hardcore. You got some people that like the cruiserweight high flyers. You got people like the big guys. I think you have to just have a card that's balanced, and that's been the recipe forever, and we all know that, man. Anybody's been...
Listen, you can do all that crazy stuff, what they doing, but do it with meaning.
Exactly.
To put people in the house, to make some money. Don't do it because, I want to have a match, and break 20 bolts, in your back and your forehead. I mean, almost get blind or maybe, breathe that powder, that shit come out. I mean, hey, take your time. You don't need all that gaga to impress.
Exactly.
If you have what you need to go in the ring and do a good work and work with the fans, hey, you got the fans in your pocket. But if you're just coming with your head full of movement from left to right to do a big cardio inside the ring, you're not going to have time to see the fans. You don't even knowledge the fans because the only thing some of the kids these days doing is do some move because they just want to hear the people go say, they're wrestling, please,
they almost
make some money.
And the thing that I've always, I don't know, I think you would agree with me, but like when I watch a movie, sometimes the movie starts out hot, and sometimes it's a lot of action right at the beginning, but it's always got a story, and then there's action, and then there's some sort of drama, and then there's some sort of this, bad guys, blah, 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 whatever. But it's just, it's a story, man. And the formula has never changed. And to me, when the formula tries to get changed, it just doesn't make sense. And it's what, I'll say this again, Jimmy knows this, I don't watch wrestling now because most of the shit that I see is not what I signed up for. It's not why I liked wrestling. It's just different.
I watch sometimes few things here there, and I like whoever I see in a moment do. Sometimes they start doing too much.
Yeah.
The one thing that I disagree, and nobody in these words will tell me, "Oh, you're wrong." You cannot acknowledge fans. I mean, they pay a ticket to be there. They pay a ticket to come to see you. You need to acknowledge them. You need to see them. You need to look them. You're working for them. If you want the fans to stand up from that seat and yell at you as a heel or babyface, you need to work hard. You need to tell a story in that canvas to make them stand up and cheer for you. If you don't do that, hey, you're working just for you. You're working for doing your 20 move that you see in your Sega play or game or PSP, whatever, and now I'm gonna do that. I have to do 2 flips to the front, 2 flips to the back. You know.
Please, when you're selling, you gotta be, either Ricky Steamboat or Ricky Morton, the 2 Rickies that were the best baby faces ever, that would look at the people, hold their hands out, and be like, "Please help me." You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's that type of stuff, man. Savio.
Exactly.
Hey, man.
Hey, I learned how to be a heel. I love heel. Why? Because being a heel, I help the baby face be a baby face.
Right,
you know, if he don't have the experience, hey, Papa's there. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna make you fucking, look like $1 million, because that comes with the experience. You know, hey, I work here in Puerto Rico. In my beginning years as a TNT, I worked with the Iron Sheik. He was after he was champion in WWF. Worked with Alpha, Sika, Teddy, and Dory Funk. Worked with all those guys. Garvey. I mean, you name all the guys from the States. These people put me with them, and I learned that timing, brother. I mean, what a beautiful have a match. Easy, finish your match. You ain't even tired, and you're ready to go another hour with this old timer. And when you leave that ring, the people are come on. You know, it's like it's like that's so easy.
Yeah, man.
And you're coming down in one piece.
I remember those nights, man, just working and I was lucky, man. I was a young kid that got in the business early and got to work with cool guys like that. And then also, even though we didn't have a great super spot in WWE with you guys, we just came out and rap, but you always knew that me and Jamie was watching that red light on the camera, and if it was time for us to find a spot, we was going to do it. And we did our shit, man. But I've always appreciated you, Savio. Appreciate you. And I'm so appreciative that you come on here with me today, man. And honestly, man, I appreciate you for everything. I've always been a fan of yours. And I know Jimmy's the same.
I've got a few things. One of them, is, you talk about storylines. Whenever, you and Crush, you're in the back, Ron had walked out with his crew, D-Lo, the lackeys, Clarence Mason. You had just been essentially fired in the back, and then you're fired now in front of everyone. You guys are really pissed off. What I really liked about that is that sparked one of my favorite times in WWF, where the gang wars. You had the Los Boricuas with you. You had the Nation, of course, with Ron, and you had the Disciples of Apocalypse, with Crush, and also, Wolfie's future tag team partner, Brian Lee, in that group. Tell us a little bit about that. How awesome was that?
Brother, when they put all the stuff together, and the day I got fired, that's on TV, that's on YouTube. That day that I got fired, that's a Monday Night Raw. The night before, or the day before Sunday, my grandfather passed away, and I was in that tour there. I bring my brother with me, so the two men. My father is there too, and the sisters, my aunts. When I received that call, I said to the guys, man, that happened to me, and the boys say, get out, go, get a plane and get out. Because if you tell the company, they're not gonna let you go. I say, Vince, he let me go. I need to talk to him. I cannot go like that. He said, no, go. Everybody was telling me go. So I say, no, I cannot. So I wait till next day, Monday. Soon I arrive at the building. I went straight to his office and said, Vince, my grandfather just passed away, and I like to go. I bring my brother with me, and I like to go. He say, man, I need you. Soon he say, I need you. I remember the voice of the boy say, go, don't ask, And I say, man. Right. I say, okay. He say, today we're going to do this sketch. with the nation and blah, blah, blah. I say, okay, well, so I say when I arrive there, I say, you could go tomorrow early in the morning. I said, please, okay, thank you. So I did what I did, and we show Crush and me, we got fired. Now we want to fight these guys. Now that's when Crush looked for and we have a match. We have a 3-way match. Then that's when the Crush go with the guys. Here come with the Puerto Ricans too. And now when we have this match of son of a bitches inside the ring, I mean, you got color. You got colorful people inside there. Very professional people. We did what we have to do. That crew, that nation of domination have so much heat in the outside with what is it called, man? Association of whatever was bitching about.
Oh, Nation of Islam.
You remember? Yeah,
right.
A bunch of people. I remember we got heat because using the fist and why these people coming like that? Do you mocking us? Mocking who, motherfuckers? We doing wrestling, this sort of fist,
right? Right.
We having fun with what we're doing. If you're stupid, you're stupid. That's not my problem.
Right.
But we did it what we did because we love what we do. And and we have fun.
That's awesome. So I have a couple of questions to ask you. We do a segment at the end of every episode called A Current Affair. And essentially what it is I'll ask you a couple questions about current situations. I don't go too deep or make it too hard on you. I only like to do that to Wolfie. If you don't mind, I'll ask you a couple recent questions.
Let's do it. I love it.
All right. DJ, hit the music.
It's a current affair. It's a current affair. Love it in color. It's a current affair. Love it in color.
All right, we're back with Current Affairs with Savio Vega. My first question is super simple. Tell us about your appearance at Taker's retirement at Survivor Series 2020. Who made that call to you for you to show up? Was that Taker himself, or was it a surprise? Or
no, I was in the airport going to somewhere to wrestle somewhere when I received the call from one of my good friends. He's a referee in WWF right now. And when I received that, I said, WWF, I see the ref. I said, hello, man. He say, listen, Savio. And he explained me all the stuff, the Undertaker farewell, blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, put me on it, man. Let's do it. And he said, the other guys, BSK is going to be there, too. I said, hey, even better. Put me there. Sign me there. So, man, that was good. Good experience to walk one more time that ramp with the Puerto Rican flag.
Yeah, it was awesome to see you there. And tell me, speaking as a strong Puerto Rican, tell me what you think of Santana and Ortiz. You got to love those guys, right?
Yeah, I met them a long time ago, and they doing good job. Great job.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way to do it. Timing, don't rush nothing, and you're going to get the best result. And that's what they do. And they have to establish their tag team strong first.
Right. And they're great. I think they're doing really great things. They're in with the right people. I'm excited to see what those guys can do. My last question is very simple. I've noticed your last work you did was with MLW. You actually did 2 roles that night as yourself and Quang. Any future Quang appearances?
Well, they just paid me for one. I need to talk to them about that. But we just finished a meeting today with MLW. We're going to be October the 2nd in Philadelphia in the ECW Arena. Big show that they have over there. And Cole Power said to me, hey, do you have anything from Quang? I said, yeah, I have a few things there. Do you think we could do this? I said, yes, I'd love to do it. So we did the Savio Vega, gave me with the cane, with the kendo. Then we have the Quang with the nunchakus, and what's good? I don't know. Maybe we see something down the line.
That's awesome. Well, hey, Savio, thank you so much again for being on the show. It's been a great pleasure to get to meet you and talk to you. Wolfie, I'm going to let you finish out the show here with us.
Man, again, one more time, Savio, it's been I don't know, 20 years or something since I've seen you.
Yeah,
and,
more than 20 years, yes.
Very, very, very thankful that you would come on here for me. And I want to thank Eric. Eric Sims is the one that contacted you for me.
Great guy. Great guy.
Are you at Big Event?
No, I'm not there, but I'm gonna be October 27, I believe. So I'm gonna be with him somewhere, and
I'll plug Eric just for being awesome and hooking you back up with me, man. And I always thought you were an awesome guy when we were there. And like I said, I was a young kid, and just having these experiences with you were awesome, and the funny Puerto Rico stories, and just doing this podcast to have somebody of your caliber to come on and speak your mind and be honest is just, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
Yes,
thank you for having me. And like I said before, you could follow me on all the IWA Puerto Rico, all the media, IWA Puerto Rico, or IWAPuertoRico.com. That's my webpage.
We'll put it on our site, man. We'll put it on our site. Make sure everybody.
Yeah, we will.
Let me say something in Spanish for the Spanish
Yes.
Oye, a todos los que están escuchando por aquí, está Wolfie D, estuvimos juntos en lo que era Nation of Domination, les doy las gracias a él y a todos ustedes por estar escuchando a Wolfie D Live, porque hay mucha historia. Síganos a ellos, que están bien pegados con todo lo que están haciendo, entrevistando a muchas mega estrellas de la lucha libre, y que Dios me los bendiga. Nos pueden seguir a nosotros a todos por IWA Puerto Rico en todas las redes sociales. Que me cuide, muchas bendiciones.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling, the podcast that's based on the old school but can still help you find the good stuff from today. Jimmy Street and the Plastic Sheik, Jared, are the undisputed tag team champions of the wrestling podcast world. From thought-provoking topics to superstar interviews to action figure expertise. This team does it all, and all they ask is, give me back my pro wrestling! Every other Thursday, wherever you listen to podcasts.
That's right, it's the talk of Middle Tennessee, the channel you love to hate and the channel you hate to love. It's Brian Turner from Brian Turner's VHS Rehab. And if you're looking for matches from Wolfie D to Jerry Lawler to Dusty Rhodes and the team that put a pimp before your eyes and a goatee between your thighs, Booty Call and Athena, go to lostwrestling.com. See, I made it easy for you. Brian Turner's VHS Rehab. Booyah.
Join me, Gene Jackson, for the Jackson Interaction Podcast, where I'll be doing one-on-one interviews with people from the world of professional wrestling, as well as stand-up comedy. You can get them anywhere podcasts are available in both video and audio form, but you can find them all at genejacksonpod.com.
If you're a fan of rock music, I'd really appreciate it if you took a moment to check out my podcast. It's called the Decibel Geek Podcast. We've been doing it for about 10 years now. We talk about Kiss. We talk about Ozzy. We talk about Motley Crue and Guns N' Roses and Metallica. We talk about all the legends from the 60s and on, up to brand new bands that you should be hearing about today that you're not going to hear on the radio. It's Decibel Geek. Wherever you find your podcasts, you'll find us there. If you love rock and roll, I can almost guarantee you're going to love my show.
So that was another great episode. Hey, Wolfie, tell them where they can find you on social media.
Jimmy, they can find me in the club, bottle full of bub. I'm just kidding. They can find me on Facebook. My personal page is Warren Wolf, WOLFE. I'm on Instagram at WarrenWolf13.
You can always find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Live Wolfie D. Here's the thing. Wolfie always has offers for his autographed photos. He has a selection of some awesome photos from throughout his career that he will autograph and personalize any way
way that you want him to. Just contact him either directly at his personal Facebook page or through any one of our other pages, and we'll make sure you get in contact directly with Wolfie. Get those photos, right, Wolfie?
Yeah, I've got some good stuff on there, to help with the podcast.
Folks, if you can't get out to a show to meet Wolfie D, there's nothing like that, especially for the fans of PG-13 and Wolfie D. And before we go, you can always find me, your host, Jimmy Street, at jamesrockstreet on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.
And hey, Jimmy, before we go real quick, I just want to add in there, from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate, first of all, the work you've done for this podcast. You have worked your butt off. Secondly, the people that are liking the page. Beyond that, even more, is the people that are listening, and we really appreciate that.
Yeah, and remember, guys, the podcast drops a new episode every Monday at noon, and our past episodes are streaming now on demand on all major podcast formats. Thanks again.
I got a cap for your dome. He got a cap for your dome. I got a cap for your dome. He got a cap for your dome. He got a cap for your dome. And here we go. The original white boy that came out sagging, not bragging, don't be hating, cause I'm spitting the truth. Still livin' in color, from Rush your mother, utilize a hubcap, unlike any other. Back in the day, I was N-O-D, and I was P to the G, plus the 1 and the 3. In case you forgot, they call me Wolfie D. Been cloned and copied so many times, tired of suckers taking credit for what is mine. You know who you are, without me name dropping. Wrestling's first white boy coming out hip-hop. Been doing it like this since 92. Laid low for a while and you thought I was through. Listen real close to these rhymes that I've injected. This shit's so sick it makes your ears get infected. Mad skills, no faking, there is no one great. Cause I'm bringing more folks than Obi-Wan or Vader. Not here to play games, so you better beware. You don't like me, so what? I really don't care. Like time I keep ticking and I can't be stopped. You sucker step to the side unless you wanna get dropped. With my finish, I'll straight knock you out. Please allow me to tell you what it's all about. Gonna wind it up, then I'm driving it home. It's Wolfie D, baby. I got a cap for your dome. I got a cap for your dome. We got a cap for your dome. We got a cap for your dome.
This has been a James Rock Street production.